Alright, this video is going to show you how to configure VPN. VPN stands for Virtual Private Networking, and it allows you to connect your computer when it's off-site out of the building to the company network so that you can upload files or download files. So if you're at home or in a coffee shop and you're like, oh, I forgot that file, you can log in and grab a file and download it. Or if you need to upload a file to the server, you can do that too. So the first thing you need to do is create the VPN configuration. So you're going to come up here to the little Apple menu on your system, and you're going to go to System Preferences, and you want to come down here to the network icon and click on that. Okay, from there on the left side is a listing of all your network connections. You're going to add one, so come down the bottom to the plus, click on that, and on the interface, you're going to select VPN. And then the type, the VPN type is actually PPTP. And then the service name, you get to call this what you want. So I'm just going to call it CFVPN to stand for Christ Fellowship VPN. Then hit the Create button. And then over here for server address, I'm not going to give you the server address in this video because this is on a public internet. You can get it out of the Office Hub right below where this video is. The account name is going to be your first initial and your last name. That it logs you into the Christ Fellowship network. So mine is K Miller, and yours will be first initial last name. And really, that's all you have to do. Authentication settings, it's password. You can enter your password here for the network. I'm going to leave it blank for now. It's more secure. So there's one more thing you want to do before you close it, is come down here where it says Show VPN Status in Menu Bar. You want to turn that on. And what that does is it puts this little icon up here, this little black icon. And it'll be the way you connect and disconnect from the network. You can now close System Preferences. So now to connect to the network, I can come up here to this little icon and see in the menu it says Connect CF VPN. If I click on it, you can see that it says it's connecting. And as it's connecting, it's going to pull up my password dialog. There's my first initial last name. And then you type in the password you would use to connect to our network. Same one you would if you were in the building. So I'm going to hit OK here. And if you look back up at the top, it shows you I'm connected. Now when the timer starts counting up, that's how long you've been connected to the VPN. So the VPN will let you use it for as long as you need to be connected, but if you stay connected without a lot of activity, like say you forget, it'll eventually disable your account for you because only 5 people can connect at a time, and it has this idea that if you're going to stay connected and forget to disconnect, it's going to consider you a bad user, and eventually it'll automatically lock you out. So make sure that whenever you're done connecting, that you do actually come back up here and hit disconnect. But while you are connected and while that number is counting up, that is just like you are sitting at work with your laptop on the church network. There's no difference. So if I wanted to, I could actually print a document to a printer in the building even if I'm sitting at a Starbucks across town. If I was in the building, I would connect to a server by opening up my Finder window, hitting Go, going down to Connect to Server, and it would pull up my 2 ways to connect to either my file server or my communication server. That works great if you're actually in the building, but through VPN, the connection is too slow. So what we're going to do is we're going to install a program called Mu Commander. Mu Commander is a third-party application, but it lets you connect to the network much faster and transfer files much faster. Below this video in the Office Hub is a link to download Mu Commander. So I have already installed it, so I'm going to run it. Mu Commander. So the left pane and the right pane would be 2 different drives. Right now they're both come up and they say users K Miller desktop. They're the same thing. So I'm going to go back and connect to the VPN. Okay, so now I'm going to configure Mu Commander so that we don't have to do this every single time. So you're going to go up here to Bookmarks. You're going to hit Edit Bookmarks, and you'll get the bookmark dialog. And I'm going to click New, and this first one's going to be called Hebron, because that's going to let me connect to the file server Hebron. And then the location, this is going to be just like it was when we were connecting in the building. The address is smb://192.168.7.15. Okay? That's the Hebron file server. So just for fun, I'm going to hit close here. Now, if I want to test it, I come over here on my left pane, and in the drop-down list, there's a word Hebron here. So I can actually click on this. It's going to pull up the dialog with my name and my password. I'm going to hit, and now I am connected to Commons. I can see Adult Ministries, Awana, stuff like that. Or staff. You can see all the stuff on the staff drive. That is a quick way to add the file server. So let's say I want to transfer a file off Commons. I can double click it. Let's go down to Children's Ministry. Let's just say attendance. And let's just take the first one off the list here. Let's pretend I wanted that document. I can just grab it and drag it over. And what this is going to do is it's going to transfer it from the church building to my local laptop. So if you've noticed up here in the right hand corner, that document showed up on my desktop. It didn't remove it from the server, it just pulled a copy of it over to me. So that's how you would drag a document over if you were, say, out of the building. The other system that you might want to connect to would be the communications server. So the communications server, we're going to go back up to bookmarks, and we're going to hit edit bookmarks. And then down here you're going to hit new again and type in communications. And then the location for this one is a little different. It's sftp://192.168.7.19. But then you need to add /volumes, VOLUMES, /comraid/communications. So sftp 192.168.7.19 /volumes/comraid/communications, and then you're going to hit close. That is how we connect to the communications server. So back up here again, now we have in our bookmark list Hebron and communications. So I can go to communications and click on that. Now remember, the login to communications is comuser and cfhome.01. So now I'm connected to communication server. So I could actually come down here and look through all the stuff on the communication server. For instance, here's photos, and here's 2014 photos, and say like here's the VBS photos. So if I wanted to transfer one of these files to my laptop, I could just grab one and drag it over. But they're actually pretty large because they're pictures. If you wanted to, but anyway, this would be a way to drag documents back and forth. So once MuCommander is configured, it's as simple as connect to the VPN, come over to here, type MuCommander, select from your drop-down list communications or Hebron, and grab your file. Make sure that you always disconnect from the VPN whenever you're finished.